Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting here next to me, your producers, David Bonilla, Gibran Hernandez. We are so excited to be here today to help you grow your real estate business. For one, I'm back from vacation, and I love it. It's so good to be back.
And in case any of our listeners wanted to know why did we start late, it was just a homage to you actually being back into town.
I appreciate
Alan's
that.
back. We're going to start about 5 minutes late.
When I'm back, we start about 5 minutes late. That's exactly how that works. You know, I just took the last 13 days to really go out and travel and meet with family, and I came back so grateful for the United States, you guys. I gotta tell you, being in a third world country for 13
Alan
days
came back
gets
singing "God Bless America."
God bless
the whole
America.
flight back, he was like, "God bless America."
I'm telling you, it was funny. We were coming back. We were in the airport and coming back in. And when you come back in, you have to go through like an immigration process. And they always ask your kids what their names are and whatnot. And you know, if you guys don't know my kids, they talk. They love to talk. In fact, Eliana never stops talking. But I was
going to say, especially Ellie. Ellie loves to have a conversation.
And in the process of that, the immigration guy that was there, he's like, "Hey, so what did you guys like about traveling, or what are you looking forward to going back?" And Daniel goes, "Oh, I can't wait to go back. I just want to sleep in my own bed." And he was like, "Oh, okay, that's great. That's what you're looking forward to." And he's like, "Yeah. Plus, I don't like all the flies."
Oh my God! You know what's funny though, that he actually noticed that, because I agree with him. You go down to Latin America, and it's almost like they've gotten this tolerance for flies. They have
tolerance for flies. And it drives me crazy.
They're sitting there eating, and there's flies just going around. And us living here in America, we're like swatting flies.
I was at the restaurant just doing this thing the whole time.
And they're like, "Man, that guy, what's that guy doing? That weirdo." Hey, everyone, that's an American over there. Check him out.
Oh, we were the total Americans at every restaurant, because every drink that we ordered, we had to make sure it was made with bottled water, and they would look at us like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, why does everything have to be?
These guys are fancy.
Why are you guys so fancy that everything has to be with bottled water? No, regardless of you doing that, your stomach still can't take the food and water from any other country. So at some point, all of us were just having to just eat while we were having like a dose of Pepto-Bismol on the side.
Oh yeah, man,
crazy.
That's every meal. And it's funny because anywhere you go in Latin America, and I'm sure that you experience this too, they always offer you an aperitif. As soon as you're done eating, they come out and they're like, "Would you like?" And it's usually like a small shot of some type of tequila or pisco, or they do wine sometimes, but it's a real strong wine. Yeah. And all that is so that it'll help calm your stomach.
Is that what it is?
It's not only you who has problems. The locals have the problems too.
Anyway, I brought something back. That I know BB's going to love, and I wanted to give it to you live.
Wait, what?
Live on the air. I know that you guys didn't know. Or
this better not be one of those jokes where you're like, "I brought you back," and then you slap me or something.
Well, no, not this time. I brought you back something that I know you're going to love.
All right, let's see what this is. I'm excited.
I'll let you take a guess at what it is.
Looks like a kilo of Coke.
I'm like, "You know me so well.
You really do love me." No, when I was in Colombia, we met a company that sells to all the big name brands here in the United States. And they allowed us to grind some coffee fresh on the spot.
Oh, that's so awesome,
and,
man.
This is like their top organic level coffee. This is like the best stuff you can get.
That is amazing.
So I brought you a brick of that.
Yes.
You can't snort it, but you can drink it.
And don't open it live on the air either.
I don't want you to open it live on the air.
We don't want people to wonder what white coffee is doing here.
It's organic. That's the difference.
It's organic. That's all it is.
That's what makes it.
Oh my goodness, this smells incredible.
This is the really, really good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you could smell it through the bag. Wow, thank you, man.
Absolutely.
This is awesome.
Absolutely. It was one of those things where I got a chance to really experience living in the country over like for one, we spent 4 days in Mexico. You guys know that, and I went live while I was there. And
I thought it was awesome because anyone who wasn't watching, you sang a song on a boat with your biological dad.
I did.
I mean, you were estranged for years.
That was the second time that I saw my biological father.
That's so amazing. But then you guys were singing
and you know what we did?
song.
And you know what we did? We rented a boat. We had a couple shots of tequila, won't lie, and then we sang some mariachi songs.
It was amazing. I was watching the video. I'm sitting here and I'm watching the video and I'm like, oh my God, that looks like Alan.
Yeah.
30 pounds from now
Yeah.
in 30 years.
My mom was actually watching that video, and she was just like, I just need to see if Alan can sing well or not. She's like, oh, he's singing with somebody else. I can't tell. I was like, yeah, he's all right. He's definitely better than me. He's not tone deaf.
He did win the karaoke contest at Lincoln Bar.
I did.
For the record,
I do have that medal somewhere stashed in my closet.
That's an awesome medal, and our audience we'll probably get that chance to see you live again, right? On the mic.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that at the end of the show.
We'll go live
talk
again
about
at
that
one of
here
our
in a
next
little
events.
bit.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about having a good time. So that was the last 13 days of my life. I know I've been absent from the show for those 2 times. So thank you guys for being there. We can't wait to share the rest of the show because we have a phenomenal show planned out for you guys.
It really is.
It's a really, really great show. Stay tuned. We got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, Alan is back with us today. The weather has not been very good, but David, what can we expect the rest of the week?
Well, there's a bright side and there's a dark side to the weather. The bright side is the temperatures will be cooling a little bit, down to 89 as a high today. The dark side is that cooling temperature is due to the rain that we're expecting this weekend. So we're expecting 60% chance rain all through the weekend, scattered thunderstorms with highs in the low 90s.
All right. Sounds like a good weekend. Then.
Yeah, it sounds like a stay at home and let's pray that Houston doesn't flood.
Sounds like a Netflix type of weekend. I gotta actually, you know what's happening this weekend that you guys have forgotten about?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, you guys do
forgotten
know.
about, dude.
You guys
are you kidding me, man?
So
you're talking literally to the 3 biggest Game of Thrones nerds in probably Houston.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And you're gonna say that?
Yeah, I would agree that you guys are definitely the biggest Game of Thrones nerds in Houston. I'm just a bandwagon fan, and so it happens that I know that on Sunday we get a whole new season.
Yep.
And I wanna see some dragons like fire some stuff.
Oh, dude,
up,
it's gonna be an amazing season.
I wanna see somebody get burnt to a crisp by a dragon, and I'll be happy. So hopefully that happens this season.
There you go. You heard it first on the Ruckus. As long as someone burns, Alan will be happy. You know what is burning and on fire?
Yes.
The Houston real estate market.
It really, really is. And we want to update you guys on what's happening in today's market, give you guys a little bit of a hint, and encourage you guys to stay in the loop on this stuff. And one way that you can do it is during our NAREPS Next event. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. But
the
July
Ted Jones
18th,
forecast.
July 18th, we're going to have Ted Jones. If you guys have never heard this guy, you really need to come out and listen to him. One of the best minds in real estate. There's a reason why he sells out. You want to come out and listen to him. And he's going to give you all of this information, plus what you should be doing with your business and how you can apply it to make sure that you're staying on top of it.
Yeah,
all right, so let's go over what's happening over in the residential market.
Yeah, so in June, apparently the Houston area set another record-breaking month. So we had set the record in May 2017 for all-time volume, and then we actually broke that in June with 8,414 single-family homes closed. And
that is
huge.
an insane number of houses closed in 1 month.
Yeah.
And those are only the ones on MLS.
Yeah,
and that's
we have to keep that in mind.
Like the off-market stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You got to remember that for every house on MLS, there's probably two off-market houses that sell.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a potential of 25,000 houses that were sold last month in Houston. And I still have people out there saying, I can't find any business.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just clear that up, because if you're a real estate agent and you are not closing at least one transaction or two a month, something else is wrong, because everyone else is.
There's houses that are being sold.
And there's a ton of houses being sold and being bought. So yeah, definitely we see that the numbers are still there. So all right,
the numbers that I really surprised me were the average home sale price and the median home sale price. Can you throw those out there real quick? I don't have the stats in front of me.
I have the median home price here, and it rose to $239.23, and that's $4,000 more than last month, and then $6,000 more at the same time last year. However, that data has mostly been driven by a recovery in the luxury sector. So 750,000 plus has really seen leaps and bounds.
A comeback.
And, it's a comeback
and
for
we've
sure.
seen that.
Yeah, we have. All our listings that were in those price ranges all started selling. It was a big recovery.
So that's really what's pushing that median and average home price up. The other sector that did really well was the $150,000 to $250,000.
I don't see how it couldn't do well. Go on. I dare realtors. I dare anyone out there to go online right now, pull up Houston, and say, I want to see every listing under $200,000. And you will see that, one, there's not that many, and the ones that are on there are in really bad parts of towns.
Or you got to go to suburbs.
Yeah, or you have to go way outside of town.
You got to go to the suburbs. Yeah, I'm telling you that because I'm always in the market for properties under $200,000 inside the loop. I'm always on the market, but it's very hard for me to find them.
I remember a time in Northside Village. So we're talking about, I call it Little Mexico. It's 100% Hispanic, that area. And there was a time that houses out there were selling for 40, 50 grand.
I remember.
And I thought people were crazy when they were asking 80,000, 100,000. I just saw a wholesale deal sell for 190, a wholesale deal. And they intend to, it said ARV 390. I'm going, what happened? And over the course of 1 year, everything changed.
It's happening.
It's
really,
huge,
really happening.
man.
We're seeing a huge increase in the cost of purchasing a property. Now, this means a whole lot of problems for that first-time home buyer. I can tell you that right now. It's creating a big gap there, and we're gonna start seeing some issues where first-time home buyers are not gonna have the opportunity to buy something affordable.
I will tell you who that's going to affect the most. It's going to affect people who have a ton of rental properties, because you're going to create this huge sector of people that can no longer buy and they have to rent. But they're pretty much capped out at about $1,600 a month, which means that if you have rentals above that, you're going to have to start lowering your rental rates to meet the demand that's there.
It's interesting that you say that, because if you look into what's happening on the other end of this equation, you can see a little bit of that. So in terms of business or office space, commercial per se,
commercial is down.
If you look at what's happening in the market right now, it's wild.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
1/5 of Houston office space is currently sitting vacant.
I love it because everyone right now is going out and getting new offices. offices, right? Like you're like, have you gotten those notices?
Now is the time.
Everyone's
Have you gotten those
moving around.
notices? Yeah. Oh, we got a new office space. We got this. Everyone's moving and opening some new. Well, I can tell you why. Right. This happens every time the market looks this way. So office space is starting to get really, really cheap. You can go out there and get some amazing incentives because there's so much of it that's vacant.
Oh, I agree. The Dragons have come to Houston, and Houston is on fire.
I love it. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You guys are on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we wanted to go ahead and jump into a really good segment about what the heck does TREPAC even do? Oh, wait. We're doing salespeople first. That was my fault.
He's pulling an Alan here.
I did. I totally jumped off. Because I looked up at this. So the listeners, right? They don't know what goes on in here.
Yeah.
Normally we have a screen that has our segments coming up, or we write them on the board.
Yeah.
I looked around the room. All I could see was Brandon and David and Alan, and there was nothing anywhere. And I was like, okay, well, I do remember. I looked down.
Yeah.
I looked at Alan's magazine. It says TREPAC on it. I was like, I'm going with it. I'm just going to jump on that one today.
Fine.
But no, so we are talking about, there was a really good article about salespeople, and this lady was using a very particular strategy. I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with every part of her strategy, but let's dive in a little bit and see what's valid on it and what's not.
Let's talk about why salespeople are so hated. I mean, in general, like when you go anywhere, like if you go to any store and someone approaches you immediately and starts trying to sell you on something, you immediately push back and you're like, no, I'm okay, I'm just looking.
Yeah.
Right? Or like when people knock on your door, what do you immediately do? Like when people knock on your door trying to sell,
get my gun?
No, yeah, exactly. No, I mean seriously, like you never open the door because you know that they're going to be salespeople or they're going to be like, I mean, Jehovah's Witnesses or something.
Yeah.
So
which are salespeople for the church.
Salespeople for the church.
Anyone who's an advocate for anything is essentially selling you on that product, whether you want to use the word sale or not. That's beyond the point. But everyone has some agenda that they want you to jump on, and that's selling.
And no one ever wants to be sold, right? Because the minute that you feel like you got sold, you immediately feel like you lost. Like you found...
Like the decision was out of your hand.
The decision was out of your hand. Someone else may somehow talk you into something, and when you feel like you're sold, you feel like you lost power.
You feel manipulated.
Yes.
It's funny
You
because
feel used and manipulated.
You go into Best Buy looking for something or expecting to buy something, and then you still tell the poor guy trying to help you, no, I'm okay.
Yes.
But you're there looking for something.
You know you need help.
Yeah.
You know you need him to point you in the right direction, but you don't want him to sell you on anything. You don't ever want to be sold. And so I think agents forget that. I think agents get, and so I think about like 2005, 2006, and I was getting into real estate, and I remember going into like the classes for champions, and my teacher, one of the loan officers, the people that was teaching the class, she was driving like this outrageous car, like a crazy nice Maserati or something. You know? And I was like, wow, you can do that as a loan officer. That's pretty awesome. I remember being wowed, and she had only been in business like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So and then I started looking into it, and there was these tons of car salesmen that had left the car business to come over and sell loans. And that kind of goes into another big issue, but the point is, they were salesy. There was a lot of salesmanship happening, and they were making a lot of money. Now we look at the way realtors work. Realtors kind of get into the business, and they may or may not be car salesmen, or may come from other types of jobs. But the minute that they start thinking, I want to go out there and sell someone on something, their power is very limited, because it's like them knocking on someone's door and saying, hey, would you like to buy a Kirby vacuum cleaner? You know? Or would you like to buy a set of Cutco knives? I mean, we've all done. I know you guys probably haven't.
The door-to-door sales.
I've been there. You know.
Kirby.
You
did Kirby?
Yeah, for
Get
one
out.
day.
That's awesome.
For one day.
That was a crazy experience.
That's awesome. I did Cutco, and I did prepaid legal for a little while.
I did the books. They send you to go sell books to
the textbooks.
Yeah, textbooks to underpoverished areas, and this was right when the internet was coming in.
Yeah.
And I was like, David, I went there, and I went out, and I started going, and everyone was like, well, why wouldn't I just go online? And I'm like, you know what? They're right. Why wouldn't you just go online instead of buying $1,000 worth of encyclopedias? I was like, I'm out of this. This sucks.
I think you started that right at that age where it was available easily online.
Yeah.
But there was a time when that people went out there and made a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I remember my grandma had all of those encyclopedias.
Yep.
Every single one. Yeah.
All right. So let's get back on topic. So there's this agent that decides she's going to go out and she's going to talk to people and try to find a way to give them value. Not necessarily sell them on her services, but find a way to give them value.
Sure.
And there is an article on Inman that was posted about her. There's some good things and some bad things about what she did, and we want to discuss those with you guys and see what you guys think about her strategy.
Yeah, and so the agent is actually Priyanka Jory, and she's based out of the Woodlands. She's Eco Realty broker owner. So just to give everyone a little bit of background, she's actually a local realtor.
Very, very cool. So here's the thing. In one of the examples, and this is just one that I got a chance to read, she decides to go out to a garage sale, and she's just kind of talking to the owners, sees a rug, and says, hey, why are you trying to sell this rug when you can use it for staging your home to help you sell it? Now, I'm assuming that this property was listed. It probably had a sign up front, and so she kind of just let them know that they could use that rug, and then goes in there and gives them a couple of hours worth of advice on how they can restage their home.
Yeah, because their home had been listed for 6 months and it hadn't sold, and there had been very little showings.
Right. So she goes in, she gives about a couple of hours, it says 2.5 hours or so, of free advice, and then eventually the home gets an offer, and there's a happy ending to that. Now, of course, she didn't get that listing, and really, it was a great thing that she didn't try to take that listing from the other agent, because that would have caused some legal issues.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But what she did get was some referrals. The people that she did that for were so happy
and impressed with
that they eventually let other people know.
Yeah.
And she got some referrals out of it. So what are the cons? What are the pros and cons of this strategy? Because I see both ends of the spectrum here. Yes, it's very wise that she gave value. I'm not sure I would give 2.5 hours of free advice. So what do you guys think on this?
It really comes down to how you are planning to create your marketing strategy. Clearly, she has a low-cost marketing strategy. And anytime you go into the low-cost marketing spectrum, you're going to have to find that you're putting a little bit more time into it. So, and this would go the same. I mean, whenever you're doing a mailing list, I can go on HCAT and just say, I want every house 2,000 square feet. It's not going to take me much time. Now, if I want to start breaking that out and saying, well, let me only look at the owner-occupant. Now, let me only look at houses within a certain ARV. I'm putting time into breaking that list down. So anytime you get more targeted, you have to put in a little bit more time. Mm-hmm. She's being hyper-targeted. Mm-hmm. She's saying, I'm going to go to people who are already listed, who are having these garage sales, and I'm going to be willing to put my time in as marketing. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing that's how she's justifying it. And then she's saying, well, whatever comes from that were the results. I'm reaping the rewards of my marketing.
So I have a problem with doing anything in terms of marketing that I cannot easily track.
Yeah.
Because the problem that happens there for me is that I don't know what's working or not. And so then you kind of fall into that rut of, well, what do I do today? Do I make some cold calls? Do I send out some letters? What do you do? Oh, wait, there's a garage sale. Let's just go visit garage sales every weekend. How do you know, and how can you easily track your time that you're implementing versus the returns that you're getting?
Well, I think one thing that you have to look at is you just keep track where the referrals are coming from. So you got to be very diligent in that scenario about saying, where did it come from? Okay, it came from that lady from that garage sale that I went to.
Yeah.
So I am reaping some kind of reward from that effort that I put in.
Right.
Go ahead, David.
Well, I was kind of reading through the article and just picking through some things, and there were some clues that kind of tell me a story that's in the background here. So she moved to Texas. I think it says she was like some type of petroleum. She was in oil and gas, basically, petroleum engineer, yes. And so she moved here, and she got to know a community of people up in the Woodlands area. And so then she became interested in real estate, and her friends kind of pushed her to it because they needed some help with their real estate needs. So to me, it seems like she, even though her marketing is very laid back and like more community involvement, but I think she's become successful in that area because she already kind of had that sphere of influence set up, and she's very active in that Woodlands community. And if you see at the end of the article, it actually says that she only closed 16 transactions last year.
Yeah.
And she only needs to close that many because most of her homes are in the Woodlands area, and they're selling 500,000 plus. So to me, even though this article shows, that her laid back marketing style is successful for her, there's a lot of circumstances that have led to that. And so I think it's a little bit misleading.
Yeah, it's not like you can just show up to any garage sale and be like, oh, your house is listed on the market? Well, here, let me give you some tips on things that are going to make it better and that people are going to be receptive to it. She obviously has a reputation already within that community. So when she comes in, people are like, oh, yeah, I'm happy to take some advice from her because she's somebody that I should be taking advice from.
Sure.
And I think that David's right, is that she's not giving all of the facts of what it took for her to get to the point.
And it says most of her clients are in the medical field and petroleum industry, which
is where she came from.
Yeah,
so she's easy to relate in those
Here's
circles.
another thing. I kind of didn't agree with some of the other things that she put on here, or that they put on here about
CRM thing?
the CR. How'd you know?
Dude,
that one really bothered
me. So
it
says that she doesn't use a CRM. She has one, but doesn't use it. To me, red flag. I know at that point you can only do a handful of transactions.
Which 10 to 16, that makes sense.
And that's about how limited you can be without using a CRM. I get it. I understand. Hey, people know you. People are coming to you. That's great, but that should only be about 30% of your business. 70% of your business can come from other sources, and you have to be able to keep track of these other places. And you have to be able to consistently deliver value. Here's the problem that I see with going to garage sales. How many garage sales can you literally go to on a single weekend? I mean, really, unless you give up your entire weekend just traveling from garage sale to garage sale.
Which she might do. We don't know. We don't know what she's doing. But I will say this:
if you're doing 2-hour slots per garage sale, I mean, come on.
You can do maybe three or four garage sales. But at the end of the day, the real big problem there is that now she's literally said, "I do not track where anything is coming from."
Yeah.
So as far as I know, those referrals could be coming from anywhere. She can claim that they came from this.
Yeah.
But how does she know that if she didn't have a CRM?
Yeah. She says she doesn't. The clients bring her pop buys and stuff like that. So it seems to me that she is a member in a a very active member and part of a very small community.
In a community,
and that makes sense. And that is a great strategy to knock out some referrals, because that's what it is to me. She's doing just some laid back referral marketing, and she's getting some great deals in a great community.
I
and
think
kudos
this
to her
is
for that.
this is your typical real estate agent that kind of does this part time when they can. If it happens, it happens. This agent is probably not building a business out of this. If you get a referral,
well, she says she
great.
plans to hire 10 to 12 agents in the next year.
Well, I got to tell you,
you're going to start using a CRM.
I got to tell you, to hire 10 to 12 agents, yeah, you better have a CRM.
Not only that, but what I mean, is that you're going to be your class? Okay, all right, ready, guys? This is our marketing.
Yeah.
This weekend, we all need to pick 7 garage sales, and you need to go out
she's
there.
very active in the community. She helps out with veterans and firefighters and police. She says she's going to start targeting teachers, and she also has a puppy sanctuary, something like that. I saw on this.
There's a couple things that I really love about this. One, it's that she's creating a business off of delivering value. That's something that we can all take away from this right here.
Yeah.
And everyone should be focused on that.
Absolutely.
Down to the point where like if you look at her social media, it's not even about buying or selling, which is why we named this segment "I Hate Salespeople," because she's not being a salesperson.
Yeah.
She's finding ways to consistently deliver value.
Yeah.
I think if we can all take that away from this, everyone's going to win. The one thing that I loved about the social media, if you look on there, all about dogs, all about her lifestyle. She basically created a channel of her life so that she can be relatable, which is another thing we can take away from this. What we don't want to take away from this is not using a CRM,
not tracking your leads,
not tracking your leads, not tracking your referrals, and not tracking your time. Because if you don't know how many leads 2.5 hours of free consultation is going to give you, there's a problem there.
Yep.
Oh, I agree.
All right, we have to take a quick commercial break. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we made it through the salespeople segment, and I know that the next one coming up on this show is the TREPAC one. And TREPAC, for those of you... Yeah, for those of you who don't know what TREPAC is, that's that thing that comes up every year when you go to renew your license, and it says, hey, do you want to make a donation? But it doesn't really ask you if you want to make a donation. It already includes a dollar amount there, and it's just an expectation that you will donate. But the problem is we don't really know what the heck we're donating money to.
Yes.
And they never really explain their agenda well. They don't say a lot of what they actually do. And this article that they recently put out and that we're going to be sharing with you and talking about, it really gives you a better understanding of who TREPAC is. And I can tell you, by the time I got done reading the article, I actually wanted to donate money to TREPAC.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. I didn't feel forced to do it. And I feel like, man, they should have done this years ago. So if you're out there listening, you're a realtor, and you're the one who changes that number from $15 or $50,
$45,
$45, whatever it is, but you change it to zero, then maybe you should think twice about it, but understand what it is that you're putting your money into.
Well, here's what happens. You get your quarterly or yearly bill from HAR, and it's this huge number, and you're like, I don't really need to add $45 to that.
Yeah, I mean? it's like the $625 one, and then you're like, oh, that $45 on there, I sure could save me about 20%.
Yeah. Kind of like Geico.
Yeah, right. Well, I could totally Geico this bill right now
by just cutting that down to zero. But you have to understand what that money means for you, and then you understand why you shouldn't change that number, and then maybe potentially why you should increase it even.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go over the top 5 TREPAC myths.
Yeah, and so for people who don't even know what TREPAC stands for, is the Texas Real Estate Political Action Committee. So this is a lobbying group.
Yes.
They go out there, they have an agenda in place and in mind, and then they lobby for it to pass laws or prevent laws from being passed that aren't beneficial to realtors.
Right. So, like, for example, what if some kind of, in some strange world.
Well, we can talk about the real law that just got passed.
Okay, yeah.
The Senate Bill 1 on wholesaling.
Okay, yeah.
That was a TREPAC supported bill to push wholesalers that are doing things unethically out of the market. And now TREPAC wanted even stricter requirements.
Yes.
They said, we want you to have to be licensed to wholesale houses.
Yep.
And they fought on that side of the equation, and then they wound up in the middle. And they said, okay, fine, balance here. You have to disclose everything, and that keeps the wholesalers who weren't disclosing from being able to do those transactions.
Right. Now, the way that it works, if you're wholesaling a property, you better disclose everything that you're doing with that property, right? And if you're not disclosing, now you're potentially breaking a law.
Yeah.
So okay, but let's talk about something, like, let me just throw something out there. Let's just say, I don't know if you guys have heard, but like now Amazon is thinking of selling leads to agents.
Did you watch the last show?
Yeah.
You hurt my feelings.
Okay.
That's where he got it from. I
don't know if you
he didn't read the article.
I heard on the show.
So Amazon.
I was listening to this radio show on Tuesday.
Like, Amazon is so big. What if Amazon's like, you know what? We want to push a law that says that everyone has to be licensed under us. This is where like a group like TREPAC comes in and says, wait a minute,
Correct.
Amazon. We're funded by everyone's money who is in this business, and we want to make sure that their agenda is supported.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is what we think it should be. And so that's why it's important to you guys, you the agents out there who are licensed, to not change that little number.
Absolutely.
And maybe increase it some, right?
Yeah, so I want to jump into the top 5 myths. And the number one, and I have heard this before from people when we talk about TREPAC, because believe it or not, TREPAC is a topic of conversation that always comes up.
Yep.
And it's always around the time that the bills come in.
That's right.
And different realtors are talking to each other and they're like, did you change that number to zero?
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, I did. Why am I going to get $45? I don't support whatever their liberal agenda is.
Exactly.
Or on the other side of the coin, I don't support whatever their conservative agenda is.
Yeah.
And there's always that split on there. And that's the first myth, is that TREPAC is a partisan, a group that is either a Republican or Democratic or has their own very political agenda.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to not believe that, because everything else, you see political action committee and you're like, well, they have to be going to one side. So it's very important. That's one of the biggest myths out there about TREPAC. TREPAC doesn't support a political party.
Yeah.
TREPAC is fully funded by realtors. All realtors, people that are licensed, they can use the little realtor sign with the little R on it. Those are the people that actually put their money in to support TREPAC. And in addition to that, the only party that TREPAC says they support is the realtor party.
Yeah.
It's the best interest of realtors.
Yes.
It's not about being Republican or Democratic or any of those agendas. It is about supporting what is best for realtors.
All right, I want to throw something crazy out there from our travels. From our travels. When I was in Colombia, I ordered an Uber.
Okay.
And when my Uber picked me up, he was like, hurry up and get in. And I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, what's the rush? He's like, oh, you didn't know? And I'm like, no, what? And he's like, oh, Uber is illegal here. What happened is there was a political action
committee, probably for taxi drivers,
who represented the taxi drivers.
Yeah.
They pumped in a bunch of money
Yep.
into making a law that would outlaw anyone that wasn't a registered taxi driver.
Yep.
with the government.
And which has happened in a lot of cities, even here in America.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened in Austin. They had outlawed it for a long time.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what you can do. That's the power that you have by supporting.
And I'm
an
glad you
organization.
brought that up, because that's a perfect example of nonpartisan. It's not bipartisan, and it's definitely not partisan. That's fully nonpartisan.
It's totally in the interest of the taxi driver.
Exactly. The only person that represented was taxi drivers. Just like TREPAC.
It didn't matter if they were, Republican or Democrat. I'm sure they have different parties over there, but it didn't matter. For them, it was, hey, we want taxi drivers to continue to have business and not let Uber come in and take the business. So, boom, they got a law passed, and it literally cut out Uber drivers to the point where they were having to like sneak around.
So you got a black market Uber driver.
Yeah, look, I got a black market Uber driver, and I didn't know that. It was wild to me.
Did he have the Uber sticker?
He didn't.
Okay.
He didn't. In fact, it's so bad over there that if they get caught, they can get their car taken away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're really, really.
So they tell you, like, if we get pulled over, you guys are my friends.
Oh, that was the funniest part. That was the funniest part. When he dropped us off, he was like, "Listen, I don't want to be awkward about it, but when I drop you guys off,
I'm gonna get out and hug you."
Yeah. He's like, we're gonna need to hug it out. And Vanessa was like, whatever, we'll hug you. It's not that big a deal.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was so funny, because if the police comes up and they don't see you kind of having that interaction, they're like, oh, you're an Uber driver, I'm taking your car, this is illegal.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's wild what happens when you have laws passed against a certain part of the industry.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what this is about, is just making sure that you guys understand where your money is going. All right, myth number 2.
Yeah, myth number 2 is that TREPAC and HAR come together like once a year in like the secret underground office somewhere.
Yeah.
And,
Some like secret ritual.
Yeah, right. They light all these candles and they wear black hoods, and then they come together and they're like, what are we going to do for realtors in Texas?
Yes.
Who are we going to pick that's going to be best for us?
Yeah.
And the reality is that TREPAC and HAR, they don't actually pick candidates that way.
No.
So TREPAC comes together from a group of volunteers. Anyone who has supported TREPAC. So you've made a donation to TREPAC. You are a realtor, because you're the only ones who can donate to TREPAC as realtors. You've made that donation. You can actually apply to be on that volunteer group of people that are submitting people who you think would be good for the TREPAC board, people to represent you.
Right.
Now that goes to HAR. Why? Because HAR is the biggest MLS and realtor organization in the state of Texas.
Yeah.
They review it, HAR, the HAR Board of Directors, which Alan will soon be a board member for HAR.
Yes.
So when he is a board member, he'll actually be reviewing it. He'll get to go to the secret underground meeting.
Yes.
He'll get to tell us all about it after it's done.
I will make sure that there are some Gregorian chants at that meeting.
Yeah, and so then the HR Board of Directors, which the HAR Board of Directors is fully voted on by the HAR membership. So none of this is TREPAC and HAR coming together to try to move different pieces around in their favor. This is very much for realtors, and it's an organization that was created to support realtors.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on to myth number 3, because we're running out of time. Number 3 is my vote or investment doesn't make a difference. They don't need me. All right, let's be serious about this one, because I think this is how most realtors feel and why we wanted to cover it.
Yeah.
Because they think everyone else is paying the $45 minimum, or everyone else is making a contribution. Why should I vote for the next board member? Why should I even make my contribution? It's not needed for me. It's no big deal.
It's not doing anything for me. Why in the world? Why would I do that? And that's going to be the next myth. But this one is very much, they don't need it. My vote doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And I can't stand that mentality, because those are the people that are like, they're there and they don't contribute until something happens, and then they're like, oh,
then
crap.
they want to complain about how bad things are, and it's like, well, What actions did you take to keep it from being that way?
Yeah.
Well, I actually didn't take any actions to keep it from being that way because my vote doesn't matter. It's always going to be the same way.
Here's the thing. We right now in real estate, in the real estate industry, and I hope that whoever is listening to this really considers this very, very seriously. We are at a very pivotal point as to where this industry is going to go.
Absolutely.
In the next 5 years, it will be completely different based on the decisions that we make right now.
I completely agree with you.
And it's happening because of technology, because all of the tech companies that are investing in here and are trying to cut out the services that we provide and what we're there to do and what we can charge or not charge.
Yep.
There's so many moving pieces right now that if we don't actually take a step back and look at it from a larger scale, we may lose what we have right now.
Oh, I agree. And one of the big ones that they point out here is that Sugar Land was having a city council vote. And there was an HAR recommended candidate. So HAR said, hey, this is who we're recommending. Why? Because that candidate was pushing for expansion. Let's bring big business here. Let's bring more money to Sugar Land. Let's make Sugar Land a place that people want to go live. Like, people should know Houston. Oh, yeah, I don't live in Houston. I live in Sugar Land.
Right.
And be proud as a destination city. And that lady was elected literally by one vote.
One vote.
It made the difference. That one vote is what put her in there, and she's the one who supported building the Smart Financial Center, which is turning Sugar Land around completely. They've brought out some huge acts out there already, and Sugar Land is becoming the Woodlands of the South. It really is, and that's how TREPAC, that's your one vote makes a difference. It really does.
It really, really does. So make sure that if you guys are watching this show, share this information with another person in the industry, because this year is a big year. There's a reason why yours truly is running for the HAR board of directors. There's a lot of changes coming up, and we want to make sure that we're staying on top of it.
And that all the changes that we're making are benefiting us and not other people. So myth number 4 goes along with myth number 3 in the sense that they say everything that TREPAC does doesn't have an immediate effect on my business. It's not really going to change anything. And the reality is, and people don't realize this, Texas wanted to put in a law that said that everyone who buys a house had to use 20% down. This is after the market collapse. You know who kept that law from going into place in Texas? TREPAC. They said, no, that's going to kill real estate in Texas. We can't allow that. And they fought against it. I don't know if you remember this. 2 years ago, there was a vote for whether you should add a sales tax to buying a property.
Which was a huge amount. It was like
8%. No, it was 8%.
It was like 3.8. It was a crazy amount.
Yeah, no, it was an 8% sales tax, just like any other tax that would be applied to all real estate sales, including residential and commercial.
Imagine if you sold your house and had to pay this crazy additional tax.
Oh, then people would say, I really can't afford a realtor. They already say that I can't afford a realtor. They would say, I really can't afford a realtor at that point.
It would have crushed the industry.
Do you know who fought that? TREPAC.
So
TREPAC came out and fought in the advantage of realtors and said, no, that kind of law will hurt real estate. Those are the 4. When we come back from the break, we'll give you number 5. We'll give you the tip of the day. We'll give you all the events that are coming up. We're going to give you the whole enchilada.
You keep giving
when we come back right after the break, you're on the Realty Ruckus.
Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express, who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. We're coming into our last segment here. Remember that you can find us on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we will answer your questions live on the air, or we will make fun of your
Our
questions.
audience has been very quiet.
They've been
today
quiet
for some
because they're
reason.
so scared. They're intimidated
that
by
what it
you
is?
now. They're
Is that
like,
what
oh
it
my
is?
God, this is like the new HAR board member up there. They don't even know what to think. Then now he's pushing TREPAC investments on me.
Yeah,
I
right?
feel like he's trying to sell me on TREPAC. I don't like this anymore.
And I hate salespeople. Speaking of, let's talk about, we have one more.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump over the last TREPAC myth and sell you guys one last time on why you should contribute to the TREPAC support committee. No, this is actually a true one, because a couple of years ago, a report came out. No one had ever seen these numbers before, and it was really shocking to people that Salvation Army, 98% of the money that they made or that was donated was actually spent throwing big ass parties for rich people.
Really?
And throwing they were throwing like these big galas, and every party was
Those
costing
poor
like
people are standing out there all day long
so
for
that rich people can go have a big gala. Yeah, it was 98% of the funds were going towards those private events that were, then they were like $250,000 per event minimum.
Wow.
So you're talking about a lot of money. So people got a sense that wherever I put my money, some rich person out there is just taking advantage of all that money I'm donating. So why even donate?
Yeah. And throwing parties with it.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that about TREPAC. All I'm doing is paying for all, because TREPAC does a lot of events. They do like a casino night, and they do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you there's people out there that are like, my donations are just going to fund those events.
Yeah.
And one thing that TREPAC wants to make clear to everybody, and it actually made me feel better, because I'm one of those people who's like, man, I don't like it that my donation's not really going to help.
Yeah.
None of the money you donate to TREPAC goes to their events.
Yeah.
All of their events are fully funded from the money made from that event and from sponsors.
Yeah.
So none of your investment actually ever goes to doing any of those events.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry. They're not Salvation Army. They're way different than that. They're not just taking your money. It's not steal from the poor to give to the rich.
Yeah, and who the heck doesn't want to go to the events anyway? I heard they're amazing events. I mean, I'd love to go to the Salvation Army event if I could.
Yeah, right? Well, you got to get invited to that one. And you don't get invited by dropping a quarter at a mall bucket, okay?
Right?
Yeah. All right, so we're going to jump into Alan's tip of the day. Alan has not been here in town to give you a tip of the day. Last week we took a week off.
And I love giving you guys the tip. You guys know that.
He loves it. He loves it. So, Alan, give us your tip of the day.
Well, going on with the whole conversation that we've had today on not being salespeople, because everyone hates salespeople. I want to talk to you guys and give you guys just a quick idea on how you can start a prospecting conversation without sounding like a salesperson, right?
Yes.
So if you call someone a new prospect and you immediately call and say, "Hi, this is Alan with White Picket Realty. I'm calling to see you."
Wall's gone up.
Wall's gone up. What happens? I'm calling because I want to sell you something, right? So one of the things you can do is change that up. And by changing that up, you're going to have the possibility of not having that wall up and having them open up to you immediately versus you trying to climb over all these walls that you've created. So here's a quick example. John, my name is Alan. We've never met before, but I'm hoping you could help me for a moment. Imagine the difference between that and, "Hi, John. My name is Alan Hernandez with White Picket Realty. I'm calling to see how I can help you with your real estate."
Yeah.
There's a huge difference there. So I want to be able to take a picture of this, or maybe just like copy and paste it and drop it down in the comments below. Try it if you guys get a chance today with any of the current prospects that you have, that you're working with. If you get a new lead, give it a try and let us know how this works for you. Make sure that you're processing all of your clients without being a hateful salesperson. And if you have any good results, share it with us on the comments below, because we want to hear from you. You guys have been real quiet today. If you loved any part of this show, make sure you give us a big thumbs up, a big heart. Tonight, we're going to be doing an event. I'm going to be the guest speaker at an event. In fact, let's talk about some of the events that we have, so that our people know where they can go and how they can meet with us and talk with us.
Yeah, we have a lot of great events coming up here soon. So tonight at 6:30 p.m. at the Hilton Houston West Chase, Scaling Your REI Business and Building a Culture. That's going to be hosted by Prosperity Real Estate Group. And like Alan mentioned, he's actually going to be speaking up on the stage, I guess, about how to scale the business and mainly about building a culture.
This was a really, really cool idea. I got a call from the owner of Prosperity Real Estate Group, AC Ramos. He called me last week, actually right before I was leaving on vacation. He's like, hey, man, I got a new office space. I got a new office space. Come check it out. And it's literally like 5 minutes from here. So he's like, hey, come have a cup of coffee. So, you know, I love coffee and I love checking out new office spaces. Yeah. So I went over there and we hung out for a little bit. All of a sudden, George Mata shows up, another well-known investor here in town. Yeah. And he just shows up and you know, we're sitting there talking about coffee, and we start talking about how we're looking to scale our businesses, how we're looking to grow, and what are some of the things that it takes to be able to scale, not just necessarily go out and hire or bring in more agents, you know, like in terms of a brokerage.
Yeah.
But how do you actually do it in a way that is going to be beneficial to you, the company, and the people that you're bringing in? And we broke it down to how to create culture, which I think we've done a phenomenal job on doing that. And they acknowledge that too. They felt that they did some of that as well with their businesses, and that was part of the success factor. So we want to be able to bring that to you guys tonight, like David said, at the Hilton. We'll drop that information down below in case you guys want to swing by and just listen to what it takes to take your business from a one-man show to more, 15, 20, where are we at now? 25, 26, you know, whatever it is, let's figure out how you guys can grow that together. All right, what's
pasting
next?
the link below for them to click on. And then next week's events, let's take a look at that. So on the 18th is actually the Ted Jones Real Estate Forecast, hosted by NAREP Greater Houston.
And for the record, anyone who's listening on Tuesday, I apologize. Ted Jones is not the guy that sings the song on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah.
That is Tom Jones. I totally misspoke when I said that, and I have to redact that statement.
For the record, not the same guy. If you don't know who Ted Jones is, you may, well, let me rephrase it. If you're in real estate and you don't know who Ted Jones is, you may want to crawl out of the cave that you live in, because this is a guy that you need to really pay attention to. He knows his stuff.
Yeah, he does.
And you
go back and look at all his old predictions. He can tell you almost exactly where the market was going to be years ahead of it.
I love what's going to happen next Tuesday. He's not only going to give us his predictions on the market for what's happening here in Houston, what's happening in general in real estate. He's also going to chime in on his thoughts of what's going to happen with the Hispanic market. Cool. The cool thing about all this is that he brings every element into his predictions, not just literally local statistics, but governmental factors, things that are happening out in the world, and how he thinks it will impact everything. Do we have any other good events?
So let me just run through a couple real quick. The 19th, Jet Lending and Renters Warehouse Happy Hour. The 20th, a Home Inspection 101 with a Maya team up in Kingwood that same afternoon. Third Thursday, Thirst Quencher with Empire Industries LLC. On the 28th of this month, Gulf Coast Real Estate Networking Mixer. And then on August 1st at Lincoln Bar, the official Alan Hernandez campaign party. Make sure to visit the White Picket Realty Facebook page and check out our events section so you can attend. Don't miss out on that one. It's going to be a great party.
That's going to be a really fun time. Okay, you guys, that's it. That's it for today.
Yep.
I can't believe
it.
It went by fast.
Welcome back, Alan.
I know. It feels good to be back. I can't wait to see you guys next time. This has been a great show. Hopefully you guys can come out tonight and hang out as well.
Yeah, everyone needs to come out.
Awesome.
No excuses. If you're
No
listening,
excuses.
I see all of you listening right now. I'm writing your names down, and if you're not
Vanessa,
there,
We'll see you there.
I'm putting the big X next to your name. Trust me.
Let's see who
All
else
right,
is
you
on.
guys. Thank you guys for joining us on today's show. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every
Pretty
Tuesday
good.
and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.